Oh, you know.
Uh-oh.
Oh. We lost the light. Oh, okay, cool. So we are calling the troublemaker.
Yeah, we call that troublemaker.
Is this another demand? Don't slow down. Their Majesties demand the presence of Tristan of the Argent Lion.
Luckily, he's right up front.
A quick walk.
Doesn't have far to get.
To be fair, I'm only in front because of Morgana.
That's the best reason to be up front.
I thought I was throwing me under the bus.
Where's that lighter?
He's wearing silk, Your Majesty.
So we receive word. We receive notifications of all the good things and some of the bad things, but mostly the good things. I know I've seen pictures of you running around in the rain, helping other people at great peril. Making sure that everyone's day is better in this society at sometimes your own expense, and we appreciate that. And Your Majesty.
How do we start from helping set up tents, tear down tents, take stuff to cars, unload cars, sweeping, mopping, washing dishes, all the things that you do to help make other people's events easier, more joyful, just all of these things that you have done, all these deeds, all these tasks have come to our ears, Tristan. And, Tristan, okay, disclaimer, sidebar, I have known this gentle for...
Don't say it.
We don't want to say a number of years. We started playing in the SCA way back in Blue Flats days.
Blue Flats?
Blue Flats?
Blue
Blue
Flats!
Flats.
I've known you for a number of years, and you are always working, always doing, servicing, and you always have that great smile on your face. And for all the service that you've done and all the service that we know that you will continue to do, at this point, His Majesty and I find it right and just to do this.
We, Christof, Sovereign King of Glenavon, and Broinninn, our most gracious Queen, wish the populace to recognize those who toil diligently for this bright and glorious River Valley realm. It is our desire to reward Tristan of the Argent Lion by naming him to the Order of the Onyx Chalice for all his good work done for the kingdom and for people. Boundless is our gratitude this day, done this 14th day of March, Anna Societatis 58, Christof Khan, Broinninn, Gatun.
I love it.
Do I need to help you, my dear? Yep. This scroll is painted by the Honorable Lady Bailey Rosemarsh. Yay!
Well done.
Majesties,
Yes?
please, I didn't get here in time for court.
Yes, sir.
Could I swear fealty?
I mean, you just made it. We're almost done, Sir Brian.
The last minute call.
I swear it was not my intention to be so late.
As a young squire swearing fealty.
Can I swear? I mean,
Absolutely.
ma'am?
We'll make a...
Clear?
We would never deny anyone
No.
the honor of swearing fealty to the crown. May we?
Repeat after me. I state your name. This day pledge fealty to the Crown of Glenavon. And vow to provide my arms in times of war. My arms in times of peace. And my service in times of need. I promise to defend our fair kingdom
I will defend our
against all who desire her harm,
everyone who desires her harm.
with word, deed, and force.
Word, deed, and force.
From this day forth,
From this day forth,
as long as my crown allows,
as long as my crown allows,
I am bound to be faithful,
I am bound to be faithful.
holding honor and courtesy above all.
Holding honor and courtesy above all.
Let all here bear witness that we, Christof, Khan of Glenavon,
And Broinninn, Khatun of Glenavon, hear and accept your oath of fealty given in good faith this evening.
in turn we vow to defend you and yours with word, deed, and force.
Those that forget and those that keep and hold this oath true will be rewarded with our favor.
Those that forget this oath and break faith will be repaid with our judgment and dreadful wrath.
Now arise and go. Honor and courtesy above all.
And once again in fealty. Your Majesty, as a knight in fealty to the crown of Glenavon, may I crave a boon?
Yes, sir. What would you have of us?
Today I would have you knight my squire.
Wait. I cannot do this without conference with our knights. Will our knights come forward, please? It's not going to be a quiet conference. Ladies and gentlemen, do you find your order lacking?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Well, I suppose, as a crown in service of his kingdom and in service of his populace, we will have to make that right. It is a noble tradition that we have in this kingdom of bringing someone up to knighthood. But the words of just us hold less the weight than you think. I hear tell there is a knight that would speak for this gentleman. Sir Caleb.
Caleb.
Sir Caleb.
If I may. Yes, sir. I have with me the knight's white belt. The belt, the color white is a symbol for purity. Purity of thought, purity of word, and most importantly, purity of deed. White is also a symbol for valor. In my profession, there's no higher calling of valor, no higher testament than the sacrifice of your life in the defense of those who cannot defend themselves. I see that selflessness in my friend Garrison, in Tristan. When you wear this, remember what that color symbolizes. Okay? Wear it with honor.
would also hear from a laurel of our noble society. It will be spoken for by Kate of our kingdom.
Huzzah!
Woo! Thank you, Jody.
Your Majesties, Highnesses, Excellencies, may it please the court, my name is Kate of Glenavon. Oh, no, I don't. And I come today as the voice and herald of my lady countess, who currently residing in the very distant lands of Choshan, could not be present for this auspicious occasion. She writes, "My name is Judith de Northumbria, a countess of the royal house of Drachenwald and master of the Order of the Laurel. I would speak to you today of Lord Tristan and his worthiness as a knight. In fact, my introduction to this true warrior you see before you involved an early morning deed of honor on the field of Penzik to wreak penance for a species of impish importunity he had offered my person late the evening before. As his flesh may recall, I demanded that he accept 10 passes with my brevet champion, his brother in arms. 10 passes of a rather vigorous nature, for honor demanded it. The passage of arms was in its elegant violence a thing of artful beauty. I was in that moment impressed, nay, awed by the prowess evinced by my Lord Tristan. He danced across the field with fearsome grace, his sword an extension of his person, rising rampantly to the rigorous attacks of my extremely skilled champion. With the 10th pass having been completed and the gasps of harried exhalations filling the air, my Lord Tristan knelt before me, begged my forgiveness in the most eloquent terms, and a beautiful friendship was born. Since those first moments of artful violence, I have come to know this man as one of the most knightly in my ken. You see, the difference between a knight and a warrior is one of manner and skill. A mere warrior may engage in acts of war when such is warranted, but otherwise must be cleaned and oiled and stored in a cupboard until the next war, for they have no other use.
Snap!
A knight, by contrast, is a man-at-arms who both lives by the code of chivalry and is equally skilled in courtly graces, who can speak well-wrought words that motivate the masses, who can dance, who can recite poetry, who can create various sorts of beauty in a world that desperately needs it. Lord Tristan is all of these things. He is one of the most knightly men I know, and has been a knight in my heart almost since our first Mervalefield meeting. And so I say unto you, your majesties, he is my peer.
We would also hear from our pelican, our servant. Jane?
I'm James Lestrange, called the Holy, the Serpent of Wolfwine, seventh son of Oksama, and today, wordsmith for Tristan. Nothing can happen in this world without joy of sacrifice. That is an honor we earn as a knight. No tree can grow without nurturing. No fruit can bloom without the gardener tending its needs, and no populace or kingdom cannot succeed without the blood we give. You give more and more and more of yourself than any individual I know. This populace, this kingdom, this society grows stronger because of your sacrifice. That sacrifice that is our reward. because in the history of things, your character, your actions will be remembered, and that sacrifice will matter, because the society will thrive, the people will thrive, and the kingdom will thrive. Your Majesties, Tristan is not my equal. He is my better.
Powerful, powerful word. We also must take hear from our royal peer. A rose. Morgan.
I know, Broinninn.
Here we go.
Get the tissues.
Your Majesties, this is one of the greatest humbling experiences to be here with my friend tonight. He has honored me on and off the field. And I'm going to paraphrase something that he read to me after a crown list. And I'm going to ascertain that he will hold a light for me, because I will never remember this. This is taken from a book, from the Knight's Own Book of Chivalry by Geoffrey de Chauny. Tristan read this passage to me during the feast while sitting at high table, after I commented what a peer said to me following his performance during Crown List. And this is the paraphrase. Which lady should have a great joy in her champion when they are both at feast in a great company? It is the one who loves her champion, and she sees him come into the hall, where all are at table, and she sees him honored and saluted and celebrated by all manner of people, and brought to favorable attention before the ladies and damsels, knights and squires. She observes the great renown and the glory attributed to him by everyone. This makes the noble lady rejoice greatly within herself, at the fact that she has set her mind on loving and helping to make such a good knight. In addition to her feelings for him, she understands that he is in addition loved, esteemed, and honored by all. This makes her so glad and happy for the great worth to be found in the man who is her champion, and that she considers her time well spent. I have been honored to stand with Tristan as his consort and watch him live the virtues of a knight, both on and off the field. And tonight is my greatest honor to acknowledge what has been in my heart, to proclaim before all of you in good company that he is my knight, he is my champion, he is my friend, but better, he is my peer, and I love you. Your Majesty, thank you for the honor.
You fill us with emotion. I am told that Lady Genevieve would like to speak as well. Mistress Genevieve. Gentile.
Here, I didn't know the Genevieve. You know, I've been called worse. It's okay. Brian's called me worse. It's okay. You all know me as Baroness Gentile, and you know this man as Tristan. But I've known him since he was 10, and he was little Garrison. And then he grew into Garrison. And then he grew into Mary Claire. But then he grew into Lord Tristan. And I've watched this young man as a boy
become a young man. And I've never been more proud to call you my friend. For you've always, always been a king in my heart. I've watched your service. I've watched your love for the populace, for the crown, for those around you. And that little 10-year-old boy, who made me proud then, has turned into an amazing man who makes me proud now. Thank you for everything you've done for us. You are certain a knight of this realm, and in my heart. Thank you, Your Majesty.
I am told that others have requested to speak on your behalf. Duke and Duchess, Byron and Ariel.
I am Sir Thomas Byron, Duke of Haverford.
I am Duchess Sir Ariella of Ethelmark.
And with your permission, Your Majesties, we would tell your populace a story.
Now is the best time.
It is the story of Tristan and the Princess. Our daughter, although she grew up in the society, never understood what we meant by the dream. And yet she accompanied us to the SCA 50-year celebration when we were king and queen, and she was Princess Royale. When a young man helped her to water her horses, and that young man, upon jousting, left the tilting field and handed her a riven lance, she began to understand what the dream meant. And so that Penzic, the princess, came to her mother, the queen, and said, "You should sponsor this young man in the Rose Tournament." And so they went to the Rose Tournament. But instead of kneeling before the queen, he knelt before Princess Leia and begged her favor upon the lists. She said, "I have but a woven cord that will serve as my favor." And so she tied it upon his belt, and so inspired, he went on to the list field. He fought with chivalry and with honor, and in his third bout, his chin strap broke. Unable to continue, the dream itself at risk, he came off the list and knelt before the queen to apologize that he could not continue. The princess leaned over, took the cord from his waist and said, "Will this serve?" And so he took her favor, and with it repaired the strap to his helm, and returned to the list field, where he completed that tournament in honor and in chivalry and in fulfillment of the dream. When people come to us and say, "What does the dream mean?" we tell them this story. For in this story is truly the dream of our society.
Tristan, that was 8 years ago. And in that past 8 years, we have seen you continue to grow in your prowess, in your pursuit of the arts, in your equestrian skill. We have seen you continue to be an epitome of the chivalric virtues. We feel what you do today is keeping the dream alive in our society. Huzzah.
Thank you for that wonderful story. Something that we need to keep in our hearts. Our martial art is not just heavy weapons banging on the field. We would also hear from one of our masters of defense.
Your Majesty, may I bring word from one of our premiers of the order, Lady Osprey, who has words that she would ask me to speak for this young man.
If I know Lady Osprey, I think you better.
So Lady Osprey has asked me to say these words and explain how her feelings of Tristan are. And she says, like D'Artagnan, his youth belies his skill and conviction to his goal as becoming the best. Like Porthos, he cultivates a fine taste for the best in life. Like Aramis, he never loses his sense of courtesy, and when his loss is great. And like Athos, he is protective of novice fighters, tries his best to point them on the right path. All of these attributes wrapped into one man convinces me without a doubt that he is worthy to be a knight. So say I, Countess Lorelei, Premier of the Order of Defense of Glenavon.
Huzzah.
Very strong words from one of our strongest. Before we move forward, we have to remember, it is up to Tristan. Is it your wish to join this noble order?
It is the deepest longing of my very being, Your Majesty.
Wonderful.
It'd be my great honor to put this belt on you. Stand up, Sir Tristan. Take off that belt. You are no longer squire. But today, you are my commander. For this is the white belt of purity, and for today we put it on, and from forevermore now. But today you are a belted knight, worthy of the purity of the white belt. Of course, white belt, not everything, my friend.
Part of the accoutrement, part of the trappings of knighthood are the spurs. Sir Bohema? Sir. You have spurs for this young man?
I brought a book to read from. If the light is such I cannot, may I use this?
What thing? Well, you may use that, absolutely.
Tristan, during the 100 Years' War, a band of dismounted English knights were pressed upon all sides, and they were led by Edward the Black Prince, son to King Edward III. When they sent a messenger for aid, and it was made known to the king, he stated, "Is my son hurt, dead, or fell to earth?" The messenger said, "No, sire, but he is in dire need of your service." And the king said upon him, "Then go back to them that have sent you, and tell them this day that I wish that the work of this day be his, that the honor thereof, and this day they shall suffer him to win his spurs." Today, Sir Tristan, you have won your spurs. Give me a second, please. I'm sorry. There's a second part. I apologize. It's the spurs that symbolize that one is a knight. Not sword, not horse, nor armor. When destitute, a knight would give up all else before the spurs. As the knight's spurs goad the war horse to battle, should they also goad the knight to valor, service, diligence, and swiftness. Take these spurs, which symbolize your devotion to the high ideals of chivalry. Use these spurs to inspire yourself and others to great deeds. And if you fall into shame and degradation, I shall hack these spurs from your heels.
Good job.
Another trapping of knighthood is a knight's sword. Do we have a sword for Tristan?
The irony is, Tristan, this is your sword. And as a bladesmith, you've made many of these. You understand what the sword is as a knight. It's a tool. One of the most recognized tools of all time. So recognized, even our Lord said, "He who has not a sword, sell his cloak and buy one." The sword is double-edged, both in dispensing justice as well as being merciful. I charge you, my friend, to use this with wisdom and grace, with chivalry and honor, as a representative of the knights of this society.
The sword, the belt, and the spurs go along with one of the most well-known pieces of your trappings to your crown. The gold chain of a knight. Do we have that chain?
I do, Your Majesty.
Sir John?
The gold chain of the knight is a physical embodiment. A physical embodiment of the oaths that we swear, not just to this kingdom, to these people, to you, and to the society as a whole. Those oaths are heavy, and that's why it's gold. It's only as strong as its weakest link, and every day when you wear it on your shoulder, you will feel the weight of that oath that you will be given.
It's been a long time, hasn't it? With these things and that dream in your heart, I ask you again, is it still your wish to join this noble order?
Yes, Your Majesty.
We always give you an out. Clear. I would ask as
Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Tristan of the Argent Lion.
This day, pledge fealty to the crown of Glenavon.
This day, pledge fealty to the crown of Glenavon.
And vow to provide my arms in times of war.
And vow to provide my arms in times of war.
My art in times of peace.
My art in times of peace.
And my service in times of need.
And my service in times of need.
I promise to defend our fair kingdom.
I promise to defend our fair kingdom.
Against all who desire her harm.
Against all who desire her harm.
With word, deed, and force.
With word, deed, and force.
From this day forth.
From this day forth.
As long as my crown allows.
As long as my crown allows.
I am bound to be faithful.
I am bound to be faithful.
Holding honor and courtesy above all.
Holding honor and courtesy above all.
Let all here bear witness that we, Christof, Khan of Broinninn,
and Broinninn, Consummate of Glenavon, hear and accept your oath of fealty given in good faith.
in turn, we vow to defend you and yours with word, deed, and force.
Those that keep and hold this oath true will be rewarded with our favor.
Those that forget this oath and break faith will be repaid with our judgment and dreadful wrath. Now, stay here. Arise and go, keeping honor and courtesy above all. Let's stay alive. Got me tearing up. The trappings in place. The words said. Fealty to the crown freely given. As Khan of this kingdom, I dub you once. I dub you twice. I dub you thrice. Arise, Sir Tristan of the Argent Lion. Everything's in place. Last chance. Is it still your wish to join this noble order?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Then, let this be the last blow you receive unanswered.
Hail! Hail! Hail!
Now, wait! One more thing!
But there's more!
We will be placing Sir Tristan in council at Axmore. He will get to sit. No vigil. Yeah, vigil. It is a vigil, but it is a council. He will be required to sit and receive advice, receive words, receive your congratulations.
Marty.
and listen to everyone else have a good time. Tristan, we will accompany you to that council. Please close our court.